Okay guys, welcome to the video for Never Gonna Be Alone. This is a hard song. I think I said in class, this is probably the hardest one we've tackled so far, like ever since I've been teaching here. This is such a hard song because there's so many big stretches and so many odd chords that we might not be too familiar with. But that's exactly why I picked it. It's a lovely song once you kind of get into the groove of things. And really, you can extract so much out of this. It's a hand exercise, basically. That's what we're treating this as. It's a stretching exercise. It's a knowledge exercise of your music theory understanding. There's 2 key changes in this song. There's a lot going on. It wouldn't be a Jacob Collier song without it. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's just talk about the intro section for right now. I'll make probably another video as we continue on through this song for the key changes, but this first video is just going to be about those first 3 chords. So much of the song, I mean really the entire first half, just a little bit over the first half of this song, is these first 3 chords. So let's talk about this F major 9. It's going to start with our index finger on our 1st fret lowest string. Boom, there's our F. Our pinky is going to reach across and grab our D string 3rd fret. That's kind of our first big stretch. The next awkward part is this middle finger. We're going to share the 1st fret with our index finger, but we're going to put our middle finger on our B string 1st fret, right? So altogether we have this. Such a pretty chord. It looks like an absolute monster, but I promise you, once you just play this kind of a few times over and over again and your hand gets used to this very kind of what looks like an awkward stretch at first, this is gonna sit so much more comfortably. Another reminder, just to make sure your thumb is in the right place. Don't have it too far down, don't have it too high up. Again, we don't want our hand hitting the bottom of that neck, and we don't want to have to overextend our wrist to get that curve, right? We wanted that top quarter portion, that top half of the neck, maybe just poking over the top. And we don't want to, I think we spoke about this in class, we don't want to try and attack the chord with our arm out like this, right? We want to come in at as little of an angle as possible. So it's really just about keeping your thumb and your index finger nice and parallel with each other. Remember, we're trying to go for kind of a pinch kind of shape here. And everything else in time as we work on it will kind of fall into place a little bit, right? So again, that's our index finger, lowest fret, lowest string. Pinky on our D string 2 frets up on our 3rd fret, and our middle falling down to our B string 1st fret. And our right hand, this is a plucking pattern song, but you are more than welcome to strum it. If you want to start practicing the plucking pattern, it's just going to be a thumb 1, 2, 3 motion. Using our assigned fingers, that's going to mean that our thumb is on our lowest E string, our index finger is going to find its way to the D string, our middle finger the G, and our ring on the B. And it really does look like just such a crazy chord at first. But notice, look at my index finger, how it's nice and parallel with my thumb. See how I'm not coming at it from an angle with my arm? It's just nice and relaxed. My wrist isn't overextended. Just got a nice, solid, parallel connection between my thumb and my index finger. Oops. Okay, that's our F major 9. This is probably one of the harder chords in this song. Right after it, we have probably the second hardest chord in this song, which is going to be our G add 9. So you're taking this shape and you're sliding your middle finger up to your 3rd fret. Your ring finger is going to stay on that D string 2 frets up, so you can kind of see the connection between that. The ring finger, or I'm sorry, the pinky finger is always going to stay the same distance away from your other fingers. That's kind of our anchor point, right? So we're going pinky on 3rd to pinky on 5th, right? F major 9 to that G add 9. Moving our middle finger up to our thickest string 3rd fret, keeping the pinky right where it is. We're going to take our index finger and bar everything from the A string down on our 2nd fret. Sorry. This also looks like a crazy chord. The ring finger, by the way, is not doing anything. It's just kind of hovering in space. You want it over that fret, but not, pressed down or anything. We have a partial bar, again, on our 2nd fret. We got our middle finger on our lowest string and our pinky on our D string 5th fret. The plucking pattern here changes just a little bit. You're not keeping your fingers where they once were. Your thumb stays where it is, right? But you're moving every other finger up by just a string. So all of these fingers should be on one subsequent, or each subsequent string, right? E string, A string, D string, and G string for your thumb, first, second, and third fingers. Right? So we have this F major 9 with that split of the A string, to the G add 9 where we move our right hand fingers up, shifting up to this last chord, our A minor 7. You're welcome, kind of similar to Paper Thin, you're welcome to grab this however you like. I think having this pinky here on the D string throughout each of these chords is a great guiding anchor point, kind of one less finger you have to think about between each of them. You can kind of see my finger, you know, like I said, stays the same distance away, right? That's my guiding anchor point. Boom, boom, boom. I like to grab this A minor 7 as a bar on my 5th fret with my pinky on my D string 7th fret. And our right hand plucking pattern goes back to our first plucking pattern that we had with that split over the A string. So thumb on our E, first, second, and third fingers on our D, G, and B string respectively. But you're also more than welcome to grab it kind of that traditional bar chord style. Sounds a little bit different, but not too bad. And then that's the first 3 chords. So very, very, very slowly, let's recap that. We have our F major 9 chord. We have our first finger on our lowest E string, 1st fret, pinky on our D string, 3rd fret, and middle on our B string, 1st fret. Moving forward to our G add 9, we're keeping that pinky anchored down, sliding it up 2 frets, and putting our middle finger on our lowest E string 3rd fret, and we're barring our entire 2nd fret from our A string down. In our right hand, we're moving our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers up 1 string each, or I'm sorry, down 1 string each. So we now have our thumb on our E string, 1st finger on our A string, 2nd finger on our D string, and 3rd finger on our G string. So far we have F major 9 to G add 9 like this. Last chord is that A minor 7. Grab it however you want, but remember, if you're grabbing it with that pinky still being the anchor point, sliding up 2 frets and barring our 5th fret, our right hand is going to go back to that first plucking pattern. We're skipping that A string. So we have our thumb on our E, 1st on our D, 2nd on our G, and 3rd on our B. I'll play this whole thing, just the guitar, no voice, a few times, kind of slow, a little bit faster, and we'll call it. And hopefully that'll be a good reference for you guys. It's about the tempo we're eventually aiming to get at. Let's do it a little bit slower. Okay, so I know that this song is super daunting, but similar to Paper Thin, it's a stamina game, it's a stretch game. We just have to practice. It's no different than when we first picked up the guitar and we had to learn this D chord, we had to learn the C chord, the E chord, and the transitions between all of them to get nice and fast, right? It's the same thing. These are just bigger, bulkier, more awkward chords, but only for now. As we practice, those awkward chords will become regular staples in our vocabulary, and our hand will get nice and exercised. 2 more things I want to mention that I brought up in tonight's lesson. Don't forget your hand exercises. We have 2 of them, right? We have our spider walk, that's taking each finger on its own fret and then moving them up 1 at a time, not moving the last finger until you get the finger before it on the string down. And then as you get all the way to the top, work your way backwards, right? See how my hand is moving kind of 1 at a time here? Boom, 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 boom. Just going back and forth. And it helps to do it on these lower strings now because of these chords. They're all down here, right? So don't forget you have the spider walk exercise to do. Nothing to focus on for anything too long, maybe just 5 minutes at a time. And the other thing to practice is just getting your hand nice and warmed up. Taking your fingers, stretching them, getting them nice and, getting the blood nice and circulated. Just that rotating motion in each finger, even the thumbs, doing it in both hands. And then when that's all done, one finger at a time, just practice your bends, right? As far back as they can comfortably go. You never want to force anything. Just as far back as they can comfortably go. If you're a finger popper, now's the time to do it. And do it in both hands, right? Just to get both hands nice and warmed up. You're going to thank yourself a lot more in the long run. All right, guys, like I said, this is a long one. Or a very difficult one in a long video to demonstrate it. But if you have any questions at all, that is what I'm here for. Please reach out. Just keep practicing and you're going to be good to go. I truly believe that. This is the hardest song we've ever done, so it's meant to be challenging. But I think you guys got it. All right, I'll see you guys in class.